Hi! So we are talking about the Virgo full moon today, and I wanted to do this ritual video for you guys. It's going to be a little more detailed than last time in some aspects and maybe a little less detailed in other aspects. And I'm not going to talk as much about just like cleansing the candles. Those have already been cleansed. I will bless them as we get going in here and things like that. But I do want to talk about some other supplies and some things that are actually going to be available to you guys really soon, actually this week. And they will be shipping out before the new moon. So I want to show you guys what I've got going on for this ritual. And if you haven't already, check out my new moon in Virgo meditation and symbolism video. It'll really help you gain some insight on being able to utilize this full moon to its fullest potential. It has some really beautiful and potent, powerful energy going on in the stars right now, and it would really be wonderful if you guys were able to utilize it. So let's get started with the ritual. I am going to give you guys a little bit of information at the beginning, just so you guys kind of know what this video is going to look like. I'm going to give you guys some information in the beginning, what crystals I'm using, some products that are going to be available for you that I'm going to be utilizing and I use in my rituals and meditations. And then we will get to the tutorial of the ritual, and then when it gets to the time of where we will sit more seriously in meditation, I will do a guided meditation with you. And so you'll have an opportunity to either pause the video and do your own meditation, or you can do the guided meditation with me as we work through this beautiful Virgo and Chiron energy that's wonderfully healing and tranquil. So all right, let's get started. So what we're using today, one, I have a smudging tool. I really like Palo Santo, but sage is wonderful too. I use them both intermittently. Palo Santo is just a little bit cleaner, and it just has this really sweet and beautiful smell. So that's my smudging tool. That will come in your new moon and full moon kits. Probably not quite as large as this one. This is actually from a different batch that I bought, but still a really good, decent size Palo Santo that will last you guys for a while. And so that's really important. So we do want to make sure we smudge our space, as we've talked about before, and smudging ourselves, making sure we're not bringing any negativity or just any other energies that we don't want in this space. It doesn't have to just be negative energy. It can just be any energy or anything that is just sort of weighing us down that we don't want to bring into this space. So as far as our elements on our altar today, we have, for the fire element, we have our two candles. We have a black and a white. Our black representing our shadow side, our darker side, but also the deepness and depth of our being. And then the white candle representing the light, purity, goodness. And so obviously we're utilizing both of these. We live in a world that is full of duality, but especially for the full moon, we're focusing more on the white, the light, and especially with Virgo. Virgo is the virgin, the child, and that purity and goodness, but we need both. We can't have light without the dark. So that's our fire element, and we'll set those as well. Like I said, they've already been cleansed, and we'll bless them and set them in a moment. For our earth elements, and you can choose whatever crystals that speak to you, but these are the ones that I chose for this meditation. And this will be the same for your moon boxes that will be arriving for every single new and full moon if you choose. There will be different crystals for each one that will go with the signs and the elements that you'll be working with for that ritual. So I chose this malachite. Let's see if I can get it to focus here for you guys. This beautiful piece of malachite has been with me for a very long time. Picked this one out, I think, on my birthday one year, but I can't remember for sure. But absolutely gorgeous. Malachite is ruled by earth, promotes peace, provides grounding and centering energy, stability, wealth, and business success. This is also a beautiful stone to be able to utilize if you're doing any heart chakra work. This stone has done a lot of work on my heart, and it is a beast. a beautiful, beautiful stone that will do a lot of really, really good work for you. So my second stone that I'm going to be utilizing in this ritual is moonstone, and I actually have my runes, which are made of moonstone, also known as opalite, so just sort of like a lighter, not quite as pure version of opal. And so I have my runes. These are kind of what I'm going to use actually for my divination during the ritual, but what I will do is I could use any single one of these depending on sort of what intuition tells me. I might pull one, otherwise I can always pull out my blank rune and I can utilize my blank rune during the ritual. So got 25 of those guys in there with my rune book. And moonstone is ruled by the moon, obviously, brings love, healing, compassion, and aids in spirituality. So another really, really healing stone, beautiful energy to work with. Literally those runes I have not had for a super long time, but they are incredible and have done a lot of work, and I have just gotten so many beautiful, really, really clear messages from them. If you guys are interested in runes at all, I'm relatively new to using them. However, I would love to do a video on them if that's something that interests you guys, so just let me know. The third stone that we are going to be using, or I'm going to be using anyway, is this moss agate. Again, it's sort of like a greenish type stone. And just as far as like most agates goes, usually has like little flecks and other things in it. And moss agate is ruled by Mercury, which is why I chose it. Mercury is Virgo's ruler, helps with self-improvement, communication, brings wisdom and prosperity. All right, and the fourth and final stone that I'm going to be using for this ritual is this beauty. This citrine point is actually new to me. This is actually from the exact same batch of the ones that you guys will get if you buy the new moon in Libra package. This is one of the larger ones from it, which I won't be able to give everyone this size stone. Most of them are much smaller, or I shouldn't say much smaller, but most of them are a little smaller than this that you'll get, but I had to separate them out because I want them to be even for everybody, but I pulled this one out to be able to use for this ritual. So citrine is a really, really cool stone. I actually haven't done a ton of work with it, but I'm really excited to do work with this one tonight. Citrine activates the immune system. It aids in healing degenerative diseases and aids in proper energy flow, our chi throughout our body, balances hormones, and also attracts money, prosperity, and aids in realizing that, or it helps you realize that you are actually currency and how wealthy and valuable you already are. And that's sort of the beauty of this stone. So you can kind of see how mesmerizing it is. So that's our earth element for this full moon ritual in Virgo. I have my water pitcher here, symbolizing water. I always like to have a full pitcher of water because water is such a healing element, and it just makes things flow, and water molecules are just magical things. Like, life does not exist without it, so I always have that on my altar. Purified water, fresh water, newly filled up, and keep that fresh and clean. Additionally, for my water element, I have this beautiful energy mist, and you'll have to forgive me because my labels aren't here yet for these, which I'm really excited to get because they're super beautiful and cool. But this energy mist is just pure distilled water and 100% organic essential oils, and I've blended these myself. I've blessed them and energized them specifically for these rituals in these moon boxes for you guys as well. So this energy mist that I made is sage and lavender, and this one will actually, I think this is the one that's going to be available for the Pisces new moon actually. I can't actually remember if I did this for Pisces or if I did this for Libra, but it is wonderful. So we'll use this in the ritual, but I'm gonna spray myself right now because it just smells so good. Oh, it's just wonderful. Clary sage and lavender in this one. So amazing. You can just feel the lavender and the sage hit you, and it's just automatically calming. Okay, as far as our air element, I have 2 jasmine incense sticks. In the ritual boxes, they're actually going to be cones, and they're, oh my gosh, they're so nice. They smell wonderful. You guys, they're amazing. I got them, they're handmade from this shop on Etsy. They're so great. I really wanted to use jasmine, and I had these sticks, so I'm going to be using the sticks, but in your ritual box you guys are going to get cones. So but anyway, I wanted to use jasmine for its purification, and then also it brings love and money, like some of the other things we have on our altar. So we're kind of seeing the theme here now. Love and money for Virgo, purification, cleansing, purity, and goodness, right? So that's our air element. And then spirit. This is one of my favorites. So again, this is another product that I've made myself. Again, 100% pure essential oils, completely safe to put on your skin and inhale if you wish, or to put like a little bit just inside your nose if you want to inhale that way. Otherwise, you can put some just in the center of your palms and rub together and then cup over your face. The way that I like to use this, so this is an anointing oil. This is 100% organic MCT coconut oil with different blends of essential oils. What I'm using today is frankincense and helichrysum, 2 very extremely powerful healing herbs, and they are absolutely just beautiful herbs to work with. Yeah, I'm honestly at a loss for words for how amazing they are. Helichrysum actually helps cells physically regenerate, which is incredible. Frankincense has been known for ages beyond ages to aid in healing. It's a magical herb. So both of them help with purification, healing, protection, helps with meditation and spiritual growth. So this one is actually one that I specifically made for this ritual to show you guys. I would like to have this blend actually for sale for you guys. Both of these essential oils are very expensive, so it might be at a higher price point, but this is a wonderful anointing oil to have. And I'm gonna have, like I said, for these ritual boxes, there's gonna be different anointing oils, different energy mists, different crystals, different incense for every single new and full moon that will go with the elements and the signs and the planets. Like, all go with that ritual and with that new moon to help you guys. And each one is going to come with a meditation card that has even more information explaining everything for you, and just sort of a rundown of our ritual. And this is actually the last video like this that I'm going to do publicly, because I'm going to be doing this type of video for people who purchase the boxes. So if this is something that interests you and this is really helpful, you will get this for free when you purchase the box. And there'll be an actually like even more in-depth and more hands-on, I guess I will call it, guided meditation, and maybe a little bit more structured than this. This one I'm doing a little more off the cuff and like just kind of just right off from my heart. So anyway, this anointing oil is beautiful. I didn't mean to go on that tangent, sorry. A couple of the things I just have sitting on the altar here. I just have my candle snuffer, my tongs if I want to burn an intention. I do have, you might want a journal if you want to use that at all, and I do have my wax to set my candles. So that's everything. And then I do, obviously I said I had my runes, but if you wanted to use a deck of cards, you could do that as well. And then I have Setmet again on my altar. Like I said in the last video, that's an energy that I'm going to be utilizing probably for this entire year. And probably most of my life, honestly, if I will be perfectly honest. A beautiful, beautiful energy that I'm just getting to know in utilizing, and one of the best energies from what I know right now to aid in healing. And so that's why I wanted to be able to utilize Sekhmet at this point in time, and also bring her energy to you as well. So anyway, like I said, this may or may not make sense if you haven't watched the other video with the meditation and symbolism. So I would recommend going and watching that first, because then you'll kind of know a little bit more where some of these references and things are coming from. So anyway, with that being said, let's get started with the ritual. All right, so we are going to get started. So let's bless our candles. And if you haven't already, go back and watch the video that I made about the meditations and symbolism, so you can decide what you want this ritual to be about for you based on this astrology. Or if you have something else that's on your heart that you want this to be about, make that about this, or make your ritual about that. So like I said, I want to provide tools for you guys to be able to do this for yourselves, and not just tell you there's only one way to do it, or what this meditation or ritual should be about for you. I want you to know what's happening in the stars and the energies that are around and how you can utilize them, but you have to put your lens over that and what's going on in your life at this time, and see how those energies, you can work with those energies to help yourself and move your life forward and your consciousness and all those kinds of things. So yeah, choose your intention, and you will just focus on these candles, kind of like we talked about in the last video. I've already cleansed them with salt water and cleared them for only my intentions alone. And actually I cleared them and I already started energizing them a little bit specifically for this ritual video for you guys. So I'm going to put my intentions on these now. And so as we go along with this video, you can do this along with me if you'd like, or you can just watch this video and then go back and do all of this on your own, like take notes, and then you could go back and do this on your own. Like I said, with the moon boxes, you're gonna have this actually written out and laid out for you. So, and then you will have a video similar to this that you could go along with as well, whatever works better for you. So, I'm probably just going to move into the ritual, and I won't do quite as much explaining what I'm doing unless I feel like it's totally necessary as we move forward now. So focus your energy on your heart. Breathe in and out through that chest space, that deep belly breathing. Let it rise and fall like waves. Centering yourself to be able to energize these candles for the work you're about to do. You can do some releasing breaths if you feel like there's things you need to release before we enter into this space. You don't need to be super focused at this point. We're just getting started. And remember to smile. We don't have to be so serious all the time when we do ritual work. So focus on your intention, hold it at the very edge of your heart, and reach it out to your candles. Imbibe them with that energy and that idea, whether it be releasing for this full moon, which will be for most of us, or whether or not we're setting intentions for new things we want to start or just initiate at this point. Like I said, this ritual is for you and for you alone. There's no rules. I just offer the energies that we have right now and what will work best. but ultimately that's up to you. So hold that intention strong with your heart. Fill it with love. That love and joy, that primordial joy. If you're finished with your intention, we'll place our candles now. If you're not, you can pause the video. So I'm going to apologize if I get into your guys' frame here. So again, the candles you guys will get in your ritual boxes will be similar to these, so you can set them this way. Things that work well is just a jar of sand or dirt. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I actually really like setting my candles in sand or dirt because it's very grounding. Done a lot of really powerful work that way. Okay, so now we're gonna smudge. Smudge, clearing, whatever you want to call it. Cleansing, like I said, sage works perfectly well too. So just give this Palo Santo or your sage a good, healthy dose of the fire element. You can imagine it burning away any negativity or just anything unwanted in this space. Anything, let it burn it away. You can also picture, if there's nothing you're feeling like you need to release, you can also just picture this burning love and joy inside your heart as you burn this Palo Santo. So if you need to cleanse your space at this point, you can stand up, walk around the room, allow that energy to be cleared, and just set that intention on that space. If you need to linger anywhere, allow that to happen. And then you can also smudge yourself at this point. I I like to work from my root, visualizing every single chakra as I go up. Breathing through each one, and then around my crown. And if there's anywhere else you might feel like you need more smudging, I like to smudge spaces in my body that might feel tense or tender, or that maybe just feel like they have some blockages. I'll do that at this time too. Now just sit with that cleared energy. Feel its power. Okay, so now it's time for our energy mist. Like I said, this is just wonderful. I'm just gonna spray this all in the room, so you can use this as a room mist. You can see how it kills the smoke a little bit. You can use it as a room mist. You can mist yourself. Like I said, this is 100% organic, so super safe to put on your skin. Actually, you'll probably get a lot of therapeutic benefits through the aromatherapy, but also if it touches your skin. Remember, your skin's your largest organ, so we can absorb all of those benefits right through our skin. Oh, the lavender and the sage is so wonderful. So that's just opening the space. So just like you would burn sage, the sage is in there to clear your space. The lavender's in there for relaxation, accessing your higher mind, just calming and clearing. You can probably hear it in my voice, but I am like feeling it setting in. It's wonderful. Okay. So now that we've energized our space and we've cleared ourselves and we're ready to move into this ritual. So, where I like to go now is, since we have so many beautiful smells going already, why not add another one? So we're going to move into our incense. And sometimes I'll use my incense to light my candles, which I think is just wonderful because you can then sort of imbibe that candle with also that herbal energy. So again, like I said, this is jasmine, and I'm just lighting this with intention for purification of the intentions that I had set on my candle and for this ritual. So you can focus on that intention again. So as we do this, we want to do everything with intention, and I like to take just a few breaths almost after everything that I do, just to make sure that I'm doing it with intention and allowing that space to open up to do the work. So here's where I'm going to give you guys some time to just center yourself. So sit or lay down at your altar in a position that's comfortable for you. And like if your back is sore or hurting, you might want to lay down, or you may want to at least prop your back up. And even if you're not right in front of your altar, if you can pull a chair nearby, or you can just lay on the ground nearby, that is totally fine. So I want you to get to a comfortable position, and I'll give you a moment, and then once you're there, we will move on. going to move forward with centering, so if you need more time, just pause the video. So as you sit, I want you to, just like how you smudged your chakras, start at your root. Picture a red spinning wheel or ball of light, however that chakra image resonates with you. Picture it at your tailbone, sort of sitting between your hip bones, spinning with precision and steadiness. And watch its light grow as you focus on it. You might even feel some sensations in this spot. Breathe through that root chakra. Give it love and compassion. If any feelings or doubts or just any ideas are popping up at this point, you can recognize them. And if it's not something you need to deal with right now, you can just say, later, come back later. So you're gonna work your way up through every chakra, and if you need to stop at certain ones, just go ahead and pause the video, but we're gonna keep moving on. So this is just centering. Like this doesn't need to take long. You don't need to do this every single time, but I think it's worth doing since we're gonna be doing healing work. We wanna make sure we are literally firing on all cylinders, all chakras. So let's move to that sacral chakra, the waters, our creative center, where all of our sexual organs sit, right in our belly. Picture an orange spinning wheel, radiating through our hips and up through our center, allowing those waters to flow easily. Watch that light grow and spin with ease. Let's do 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Okay, let's move to that solar plexus. This is where our power sits, our strength in ourselves. And as we get closer to the heart chakra, you might start feeling more sensation in your heart, or you might feel more emotions start to bubble up, and that's totally normal. So let's sit with our solar plexus and feel that power vibrating through us. Our diaphragm sits there. This is how we breathe. Now picture a yellow glowing ball, a light there spinning steadily with the movement of our breath, regulating it at just the exact pace it needs to go. I should say, if there are crystals that are speaking to you at this point that you want to hold during this, go for it. The citrine would have been great for your solar plexus if that spoke to you. I'm grabbing my malachite from my heart chakra now. You can hold it over that chakra point. You can hold it in your hand. You can put it on your pressure points. Wherever that crystal is telling you to put it, that's where you put it. So let's move to that heart chakra. You likely feel a lot of sensation here. Your heart might feel heavy or it might feel light. But either way, I want you to feel the fire that burns inside you, that deep, deep love, unconditional love that you have. You have for yourself, you have for other humans, and you have for the world and the planet. Feel that love and tap into that joy. Allow yourself to smile and feel that malachite or whatever stone you have. If you have one, great. And if you don't, feel that feeling on your own. You might feel like you need movement. If you need movement, move. Do a few breaths here if you need it. Whatever your body needs, listen. Now the heart chakra is the gateway to our higher chakras, and that's how we reach higher consciousness. So if you need to stay here, you stay here. If that heart is saying, wait, hold me a little longer, then you wait. If that heart is saying, let's go higher, then let's move on. So if you need to hang on, you can pause the video here and keep holding on, or you can skip and you don't need to go to the higher chakras now, and you can move into your ritual at this point. So let's move up to our throat if we're moving to our throat. Work that it's already given us. So we're at our throat now. Picture a blue ball of spinning light coming right from our throat at the base, in between those clavicle muscles. Feeling it radiate out, speaking truth. A few breaths here. And let's move to that third eye. You can picture an indigo ball, spinning wheel, centered right between your eyes, just above on your forehead. Focus on that point. If you want, you can even take your anointing oil and anoint that third eye right now, drawing a little more attention to it. You don't need much. Breathing in through the third eye and releasing out. Now you can just dot, you can do any type of symbol, the sign of the cross, whatever works for you and speaks to your spirituality. Breathing in that healing frankincense and helichrysum. All right, let's move to our crown. Feel your aura around you. Feel it expanding out through the crown of your head, water falling over your entire body and surrounding you in this protective bubble, radiating out love and light. You can feel that Kundalini moving up your spine, working out those blockages. If you need to move, let it wiggle up through you and shake out those blockages wherever you're holding that tension, and let it spray out the top of your head, covering you in that beautiful, joyous light. I want you to breathe when you start bringing it all the way up through your root, up through your entire spine, coming up all the way through your heart, through your throat, all the way up through the center of your skull, and all the way spraying out the top as you go out. You are a conduit of love. Okay, so if you're feeling ready and centered now, we'll move forward with our ritual. So this is where I'm going to anoint myself as I prepare myself to speak to my guides, speak to my higher self. So I'm going to just put a little bit of my anointing oil on my finger. I'm going to anoint that third eye again. I'm going to bring some of it to my nose so I can use the benefits of its aromatherapy. This is a wonderful trick. Put it on your fingers, put it on your palms. Feel the heat that you're generating between your hands. Your hands are your magical tools. Now take your hands like this and cup them, and you're going to put them right over your nose and your mouth. It's a beautiful way to get those essential oils inside. So I'm going to continue with my anointing. I'm going to anoint my wrists. Just rub them together. And again, we're doing this with intention. So we're bringing our focus onto these pressure points and allowing those herbs, their healing properties, their purification properties to soak into us. Now at this point you can also do the bottoms of your feet if you like. That's a wonderful place to be able to access and accept herbs through your body. You can also go behind your ears. Think about any other points where you would use aromatherapy oils. And like I said, you can also, even if you want, you can also even just smell from the bottle and get the benefits that way as well. So you can continue to use this throughout your ritual however many times you like. And again, same thing goes for your energy mist. You can take these with you then after your ritual, and these will remind you of your intention and bring yourself back to those centering places. So these are utilized not just in your ritual, but also afterwards as well. So continue to use these two products as needed throughout your ritual and then afterwards. Okay, so I think it's time to light our candles. So what I'm actually going to do, like I said in my previous video, I don't like to use a lighter to light my candles. I like to use like matches or sticks. And I like to use all the materials that I already have, so I'm actually going to use just leftover little pieces of the incense stick that I have in my coffin box. So I'm going to grab one of those and we'll light the candles. So we're lighting with intention here, holding that intention in our mind's eye. To continue that cleansing and purification of the space, to maintain that energy that it holds, you can do that whenever you please. Again, like I said, the cones in your ritual boxes last about 25 minutes, maybe even a little bit more. So you might be getting to that point. I'm not exactly sure, depending on how I cut this video up, if we're at that point or not, but if you need to light another incense, go for it. So now we have our altar set. We are going to invite our guides and whatever deities or energies we'd like to work with during this ritual to this altar to come and communicate with us and bring us any messages that we may need to hear at this point, and they can speak to us directly or through our higher selves. So like I said, for me, I'm bringing in the energy of Sekhmet. So at this point you can focus on whatever deity or energy you would like to bring in, if there is one for you. And if you're not comfortable working with deities or energies at this point, just focus on your intention. That's usually why we're bringing in deities, is to help us focus on that intention and make it even stronger. So you can also do that within yourself. So here, when I'm invoking my deities, just depending on what my intuition tells me, I may open my hands to welcome them in and let them see the altar I've prepared, or I might bow and fold my hands. I might bring my hands to heart center. I might actually bow completely all the way down. It just depends. So listen to your heart and what that energy is asking for. And so again, connect with that heart energy and let that joy and laughter and beauty and love bubble all the way up through the heart and all the way up through your crown. So here's where you can ask this deity and energy questions. You can ask yourself questions through your higher self. If there's things you need answers for, this is the perfect time to do any type of divination. Like I said, this is where I would bring my runes in, or any type of oracle, tarot decks, anything like that. I also, just depending on where or what part of my intention I might be working on, like I said, this is all up to you. If I probably would be moving into some heart chakra work at this point, so I would be utilizing my malachite again to be invoking this healing energy to be flowing through me with the Sekhmet energy. So like I said, with those crystals, you can hold them in your hands, you can put them on your pressure points, you can put them on the body parts that they correspond to for the chakras, or just any body parts that seem to be needing that attention of that crystal. You also may want to just sit with all of them. Sometimes I like to just hold all of them in my hand, and I hold them all to my heart so that they can really feel my true intention and know the work that I want them to do. So follow your intuition here and allow it to guide you through this. So this is the point where I'm going to start to just give you options and sort of set you free and let you do what works for you. So if at any point you need to stop this video to continue the work that you're doing, please do so, and then you can just pick back up with us when you're ready. So again, refocus back on that intention. Decide if there's a crystal you need. Do some deep breathing. Start to see what bubbles up here. Your mind is wandering a bit, that's okay. There might be something else you need to focus on right now. And if you know it's not, then you can just say, we can talk about that later. But I'm focused on this right now. And you can see that idea form into a cloud, and it'll drift away with the wind. Now another thing you can do with this anointing oil, you can also do this with your energy mist, is you can actually anoint this crystal with these herbal energies. With the herbs as well as the crystal properties, by the heat of your hands. place it on any body parts that they might need. Option should journal at this point. If you're feeling like you need to write something down that you might forget, some messages you might be receiving, or maybe you just need a journal to get something off your chest that maybe keeps popping into your head that you don't want to think about right now, or maybe you need to journal about the work that you're doing and how excited you are that you're moving through this space. So again, pause this video if you need more time. Take all the time that you need. If you want to sit and do a reading right now, like I said, this is the perfect time. Another option would be to revisit those intentions you set on the new moon. Now, if you burned your intentions, hopefully you remember them. I'm sure you do. Revisit that intention you set 2 weeks ago. What's your progress on that? And did that intention serve you? Was it based in your truth? Or do we need to change it a little bit? Maybe pivot in some way? Or did it not work at all? Do we need to release that and start again? Maybe it was perfect. Maybe that's exactly what you needed and exactly what you needed to hear. So let's build on it. We're going to move on to some releasing. So this meditation that we're going to move into now is actually one that I learned from Nikki Scully in her Alchemical Healing book, and it is incredibly powerful. So we're just going to do like a little mini version of it today, since we've already been working for some time, and I don't want you to have too long of a ritual here if you don't want. So if you're feeling good where you're at right now and you want to just keep sitting with what you're at, go ahead. You continue on with that. Anyone who wants to do some releasing work here and do some purification with this Virgo energy, we're going to move into that. So, as I stated it in the meditation and symbolism video, the full moon is a time for releasing anything that is not serving us. And one way that we can do that is through meditation, obviously. And so this meditation, we are going to, again, focus on our chakras like we did when we were centering. And we're going to work our way up through every single one. I'm not going to walk you through every single one, but I'm going to walk you through the first one or two just to give you an idea of what you can do with this. And if you just want to do one chakra, or if one is just crying out to you right now, if your heart chakra is crying out to you right now that it needs help and it needs help releasing, then you just go straight to that one. You don't need to always start at the base. You can go to where the help is needed. So start at whatever chakra is calling to you right now. And what I want you to do is picture a ball of light, just a white light. No matter what chakra it is, it's a white light. It can be whatever shape or size you see it as. And I want you to picture branches, golden white branches coming out of this white light from its center. Whether they look like our nerves or our veins or the energetic lines that run through our body, or they just look like tree branches arching all over our structure from that one point. Now this light is pure love. And feel that love permeating your being, running through your veins, this golden love and light. And love is full of healing and purifying. When there is love, there is no room for anything else. So let that permeate you. Just soak and bask in that light moving through you. Like I said, you might be called to move and twist and turn as these energies move through you. And allow that to happen with no judgments. Now there might be points here where you notice you're feeling, there might be spots of darkness on this ball, or there might be dead branches that normally would be filled with light, but they're blocking the light from shining because those branches are dead. And you might feel them, you might see them in your mind's eye, or you might just sense them with your third eye. And so I want you to feel where those are, and then I want you to, in your mind, slowly go, and just like you would prune dead leaves off of a plant, I want you to pluck those dead branches off and break them up and build this little pile in your mind of this kindling and firewood. So break all those little dead branches off. There might be really big ones we need to break off. There might just be a bunch of small ones on the edges. There might be ones that have already fallen that we need to pick up and grab all that clutter around. So take some time to do this. You might think you're done, and then you might sense another one. So pile up all those branches. Wherever you leave them, just put them all in one spot. You might even feel sometimes you break a branch off and then another dead one grows back in its place. And you keep breaking it off, and then it keeps growing back dead. So this is where we really need to do some work, and we might need to revisit this one. So mark that one down and say, I might need to come back to you. So if you need more time to gather your branches, go ahead and pause the video. So now that you have all your branches gathered, I want you to build the beginnings of a fire. And whether or not you know how to build a fire or not, I want you to do what you think is right. So, if you do know how, you can build all those branches into a teepee, and you can put all of your smaller branches in the middle, building some larger ones on the outside, piling them up, getting them ready to meet their maker. We're going to have a glorious fire. So once you've built your fire in your fire pit, then now you can either do this literally or figuratively, but obviously be careful if you're doing it literally. And if you have an intention that you've written down, you can use this now. I want you to strike a match. And I want you to throw it into the fire. And you will watch as all those dead branches begin to crackle and sizzle and seemingly turn into dust, like they were never there. You might even feel sensation in your body where you broke these branches off, feeling them heal, or you might feel that pain again. But as you watch the flames of those branches burning, I want you to smile and feel them drift away, and feel the purification and the opening of that space, that now more golden branches can grow where those dead ones once were. You can watch the fire for as long as you need. And you can also turn yourself back inwards and focus on that golden light. Let it permeate through you. You can watch those new budding branches grow and feel that new life and that new energy inside of you. Now sit with this energy and smile. Allow yourself to feel it fully. And I want you to feel the deepest sense of gratitude for any guides or messages, and especially to your higher self, for everything that they've given to you during this ritual. Now, gratitude looks different to everyone, so whatever that looks like to you, allow that to unfold in the way that it needs. I like to smile, I like to say thank you out loud, and bring my hands to heart center, bowing my head, and just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for all your guidance today and every day. Now sit in that gratitude. It's such a beautiful energy to own. If you want to keep doing work, please keep doing work. And if you feel like you're ready to be done, then you can be done. So whatever works for you, whatever you need at this point, if you want to take a break and go to the bathroom, get some water, change positions, you can do that too. Be careful if you have candles burning, don't leave for too long. If you have pets or children around, definitely don't leave. You can put them out and you can come right back and relight them. So do what your soul needs. Allow it to happen and unfold in the way that you need it to. And you can close your ritual. So like I said, I like to put my candles out once I've given all that gratitude and honor that up. I like to put my candles out with a candle snuffer. You can always blow them out as well. You can also put them out with your fingers. Obviously be careful. You do have your water on your altar, so you can use that. You probably could put it out even with your energetic mist if you wanted to. Be careful though, I haven't tested that. Another thing I should mention that actually came to me during this, but I didn't want to say it because it wasn't the right time. You can anoint your candles with this oil too. So if you wanted to, at any point, you can light those candles. You could even do that ahead of time. Just be careful when you're doing it though. You could even do that ahead of time and rub them in your hands, just like you did with the crystal. That's also wonderful. You can put this oil in your water. You can spray your energetic mist in your water as an offering and bring that cleansing energy there. Oops. But like I said, so I'm going to put my candles out and close this ritual with you guys. Like I said, so much love and gratitude goes out to you. This will be completely imbibed in the video, regardless if you're doing this along with me or if you're going to take this with you to do later. But thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful for every single one of you who is coming along this journey with me. I can't thank you enough. So like I said, if you're interested in any of these products, it's all going to be available this week. Check out the link in the description below. And yeah, have a wonderful evening, day, whenever you're watching this. Stay blessed. Peace.